Hello and welcome to another edition of the Winedown video blogs. I am your host Ben Franco, owner of Winedown Cafe. Today we have a Cremant from the Alsace region. It is 100% Chardonnay, coming in at $14.99. Cremant is basically anything in France that's made in a sparkling method that's not champagne. So they'll call it a Cremant. So real quick, I guess I'll go over how to kind of open one of these guys. So there's a couple different ways here. So sometimes they have this cute little pull tab here. And you can just pull that and that foil will come off. If it doesn't, you can physically just kind of cut around with your wine key and get that foil off. But I'll use the easy method that's provided for me. So as you can see, there is a cage, and the cage is contents under pressure. And just be aware that once you take this cage off, this guy can go. And a lot of people, believe it or not, get hurt every year. There's a statistic, I forget what it is, but it's pretty high, the amount of people that actually get hurt. So I suggest you a little rag, and kind of, you're going to untwist, and it's usually about 6 twists to untwist your cage. Untwist your cage all the way, and you can usually leave the cage on, and I can kind of grab the bottom of the bottle here, and I'm going to kind of twist, holding in my hand, and I'm going to get a silent kiss. And again, if you do it more explosively, you'll get the big pop, but we're taught that we're really supposed to do it quietly if you want to do it correctly, but sometimes it's a lot more fun to make the pop. Alright, so we'll give it a little taste here. So the Alsace region is far north. It's a hard pronunciation, but there's a mountain range, the Vosges Mountains. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but they create a rain shadow effect. So even though it's so far north, it's still fairly warm and fairly dry. So the Alsace region still has enough oomph to ripen the grapes, and a lot of the grapes are made into many different types of particular varietal wines, say like Pinot Gris, for example, Chardonnay, Riesling, but some wines made into a sparkling. So this is 100% Chardonnay. Alright, really nice golden color. You can see the bubbles kind of pervasing up. Again, I kind of like to taste my wines out of a regular wine glass, but if I put this in the bubbles would be more pervasive in a more focused glass, meaning more of a champagne flute. Right off the bat, very typical, but you get a little bit of the yeast kind of bread kind of nose coming off. Give it a little bit of a swirl. You don't really have to swirl your sparklings as much. A green apple, a lot of green apple coming through. Green apple with the bread, some mineral notes. The palate, excuse me, the palate is yeasty, so you get some yeast with that green apple kind of coming back through, and that bread, almost like fresh baked bread coming through. Again, this is another interesting play. Again, you have your champagnes where you're going to spend a lot of money. You have your Proseccos, you have your Cavas in Spain. And then you have Cremants. So you have some choices when it comes to sparkling wines, and actually getting some decent wines, sparkling wines for under $20 that are really, really good, and they don't have to be for celebrating only. So you can just pop them open. They're great for the summertime. They're great as a beginner course kind of aperitif. So yes, this is Really, really nice. Again, $14.99. Can't go wrong. A great summer sparkler. All right, we'll see you next time on the Winedown video blogs.